chimichangas.
Yes, yes! Welcome to $8 Chimichangas! Also known as Hacking Infinity. Yes, yes! Welcome to $8 Chimichangas! Also known as I am, yes, I can't say it myself.
Mortally
Welcome
bankrupt.
to $8
Mortally and
Chimichangas.
mortally bankrupt.
Also
For those chimichangas.
Yeah, those chimichangas keep coming back at me. So yes, we are doing Mortally Bankrupt, not just echoes of $8 chimichangas. Believe it or not, this is a game that Adam Dark Lavender Void has been developing for a while.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that I am excited to play again. I played an early version of it, and thought it was a really cool mix of genres, and I'm looking to see where it is right now.
Mm-hmm. See, I've been making this game for so long that feels like a mid version to me. So I feel like I'm constantly like more ancient than thou, like more ancient than the ancient gods. Yeah.
I've just invented a game. It's called Echoes and Promises. It's a food-based game with monsters. So, yeah.
Marvelous.
So good. So good.
Perfect.
It explores the constraints of small-town life and sustainability, and just like eating something really spicy, enjoying it, and then paying for it later. So, yeah.
Exactly.
That's not the first part.
How have you all been? To start this off.
Well, I could use more chimichangas, but I'm all right.
And I had a completely lazy day yesterday. About the only thing I accomplished was walking the dog and well, okay, if you count accomplishments in the City Skylines game, then yes, I built many buildings, but you know.
Good.
Yeah.
How are your road management systems? Did you solve that one weird traffic jam where that small road you had to put in at the beginning, and now you can't take it out because the other things are one way and the ramp won't curve right?
I think that I've planned ahead fairly well. I'm still fairly early on, so it may be that I'll outgrow my existing road system and frazzled and everything will get mushed. But so far, so good.
Nice.
Perfect.
I'm happy for you and your family.
I've been...
Oh, been frozen.
Oh, you've been frozen? Oh no! They've been contemplating.
Yeah, it is December, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Ugh, December.
Circling and circling.
It'll be a moment. They are looked into the void of themselves and seen the darkness that lies within the hearts of man and beast.
So cold.
Aha.
So cold. So cold on my soul. I'm so frozen. Cold. Get me out of here. Thaw me out.
Okay.
I'm here.
You have been defrosted.
Yeah. I was singing the whole time I was frozen.
Oh.
Right.
Because I didn't know when I would come back. Are we ready to play a game?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
We need to choose what sort of game before we make characters. Yes?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I'd say probably make yourselves some character sheets first. And just name those sheets your character or whatever.
How about Wacky Gog?
Perfect.
Okay.
Mine's your
Wow.
stars.
Wacky Gog.
Yeah, I kind of
I
like
thought you
it.
said Wacky Dog. Like,
Yeah, me
like
too.
yeah. I was like, that's delightfully random. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I've forgotten what the actual first step of this game is. So I'm
Well,
going
let's
to
go
go
through
to
it
the character
together.
sheet. And there's a thing here that says getting started, and I'm going to read it so that I can remind myself how this game works. Thanks, sheet. I can rely on you now. This is why I worked on you so hard for so long. It
I'm
says
also talking with people here about how to play this game.
exactly.
They don't have all the information we have.
Perfect. So under getting started, when I hover over it, oh, here's another thing. When you hover over lots of things on this character sheet, it will give you information.
Neat.
So under getting started for me, it says, "My darling cast, you are in for a treat. The way we start is by creating our neighborhood." So I'm going to do that right quick. So on the neighborhood sheet, if you see those little 3 bars on the left side,
Mm-hmm.
the green one is the neighborhood sheet, the red one is the star sheet, and the blue one is the show sheet.
It's so fancy.
So on the neighborhood character sheet in the Roll20 tab, that's the one that I'm on. I am going to look at our neighborhood, and under where it says, "What is this neighborhood called?" it has a little drop-down menu.
Oh, on the drop-down menu, I can't see them unless I go over them. But I like that all these, there's so much work.
Yeah.
All the hypertext and the...
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you spent months fiddling around with the Roll20 character sheet
Sheet
Yeah.
design
workers.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna like hack a bunch of things together and make drop-down menus seem fancy to me. This is great.
It's so good and so useful. I agree. So there are 5 types. We have a rut, a simulation, a ghost city, a frontier, and a paradise. These are like general archetypes of neighborhoods that we could be in. Each of them have little descriptions with them. So like, for instance, a rut is a sleepy town in the middle of nowhere. A simulation is a false reality, kind of like the Matrix. A ghost city is a wasteland of urban decay. A frontier is a settlement in a dangerous wilderness. And a paradise is a place of beguiling beauty. So what kind of neighborhood do we want to be in?
Well, okay. Have either of you seen the I guess you could call it sitcom, The Good Place?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
I binge watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because everyone was talking about it.
So there's other things that I'd also find cool, but it is because of that my vote would be Paradise. That isn't,
Cool.
S-
Could be a simulation.
I was about to say spoilers. Spoilers for The Good Place. Post actively.
Sorry. Yes.
Do you wanna play it as this is a really nice place, or this is paradise, in whatever form that takes? Because we could talk about what paradise would like, kind of bring it down, or do you want to have it pretend paradise like the good? Do you want to just play the Good Place game?
I kind of do.
Yeah.
Or do you want to make like be more if you do,
okay.
then spoilers for the whole video.
Yeah.
So but if you don't, that's cool too, but whatever.
Okay. So I would
Whichever one.
totally be up for like simulating The Good Place game to any degree of specificity. But I would also be totally down with like using that as like a starting point and then going off in weird directions from there.
Okay, so
Cool.
let's do Paradise then. That'll help us aim it away from that. Maybe,
Perfect.
baby.
And if we want to, we can always change that type later. Like we found out it was actually a simulation, so now we're going to change that. Or between sessions, I'm going to write more things into that drop-down menu, and then we pick those things to match what we are. Oh, also, the type of episode we're doing right now is called our pilot episode, which is a little bit special. Unlike most of the other games we're going to do in this system, we're going to actually do a 4-hour episode, probably, because I'm going to like give a bunch of time for character creation and to actually play a game. Usually, we're just going to play for 2 hours because I find that if you play a 4-hour game, it roughly simulates an hour of like TV show time. Mm-hmm. So if I'm doing like a Food Network style thing that only runs 30 minutes, I'm going to cut that in half so that I can get like a roughly 30 minutes of content.
Sure, and we definitely need the ad breaks for the existential dread that's on sale.
Exactly.
Costco still exists as an eldritch entity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also Welcome to Night Vale is usually like 20 to 30 minutes each episode. So that also makes sense. That's another big inspiration for this game. Cool. So we picked our neighborhood type. Now I'm going to go to the show character sheet in the Roll20 menu.
Okay.
And then I believe we pick what type of show we are.
Do we fill out neighborhood anymore, or do we do that in a bit?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're gonna like go really thin and then just kind of spiral outward.
Okay. Or inward.
Yeah, exactly. So we have
Uzumaki? Is that the spiral? No. Junji Ito?
Oh yeah, Uzumaki.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Uzumaki. Yeah.
Okay.
I love Junji Ito.
Mm-hmm. So for show types, we have 2 options: flippers and foodies. One is HGTV, and the other is Food Network.
Well, I think he knows what I'm going to aim for. I have a certain aesthetic I need to maintain, but Brad, what
Oh, okay.
what would you like to do?
So, yeah, food is fine. Like, nobody likes frozen yogurt, right? So...
I love frozen yogurt.
Oh, okay.
I would also love a clam chowder fountain. Spoilers.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds fine.
We want to go foodies?
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean for us as players?
It means you're better at being chefs. And you do chef things.
Okay.
And funnily enough, this will be the second RPG food battle on the stream, like within the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I'm in love. There's also something out called Uranium Chef.
Uranium Chef?
Yeah, you should look that up.
I'm looking it up right now. I need to catch up on Dungeon Meiji.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Which isn't a game, which is a really good comic you all should watch. It's basically made for me.
Yeah. Okay, now on your 2 sheets,
our character sheets?
Yep. You want to go to the red tab and pick, and under that trope, like pick a trope menu. You pick one of those. See which one seems interesting to you. Funnily enough, I feel like each time I play test this, I get fewer and fewer options because I keep trimming away the ones that don't work as well.
So the tool
we have
trope
5.
is a person who is a tool? They're like just a tool?
Kind of. If you hover over them, they're also a callous handy person.
Ah, okay.
So like they might do your electric or something. Or since we're food people.
Yeah.
Um
Your crash test. So
yeah.
You said pick a trope under the which tag? The blue tag? The red tag?
Red.
Okay.
Okay, I think I have to go with woo and be and totally evangelize a vegan lifestyle.
In a super condemning way, right?
Sort of a mix, I think.
I'm torn.
Which ones you like?
Diva or hustler? I mean, not that that says anything about me at all. Right, you can stop laughing. It's okay. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
They're so different from my character in real life. It's just.
I mean, you're not a shady business person. You.
Well, I mean, we don't know how this bakery is run. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a meat pie situation. There are no cats in the neighborhood.
No cats.
Oh, and what is the name of the bakery? No, never mind.
$8 enchiladas.
It's called Don't Worry About It.
Okay.
It's a bakery called $8. No, $1 enchiladas. No, it's called $8 enchiladas, but it only has $1 enchiladas. It's very confusing. I think I'm gonna be a hustler. Possibly.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then.
Wait, which one are you gonna be? You were gonna be the New Age spiritualist.
Woo, yes.
In that case, I will be just as over the top. I'll be a diva, because I think I can't. If you're very stuck in your ways, I can't like hustle you. I can't. Man, convincing a vegan, if anything, it's just.
They're horrible. Horrible.
They're the cream of the crop, as in they take their cream from vegetables because they can't eat dairy. Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, coconut milk, it tastes as good as any dairy. There was a time when you had to sacrifice flavor for conscience, but not anymore. Now you can do both.
Almond milk is terrible. Do you know how much water it uses? In a drought Also, I was once in a relationship with a fella, and I went shopping with him and his mother and some siblings, and she got a diet ranch, and I'm like, this doesn't taste as good. What about flavor? And she's like, who cares about flavor? And I was like, I can't. Oh no. She was also one of those kinds of people, which I don't judge you if it's like frugally responsible. She froze her milks and her sour creams so that when she unfroze them, you kind of always had to shake them up before you drank them, and milk is never the same.
Yeah, that sounds horrific.
Not good. No.
And also, she was like a hardcore Republican, so you know there were other situations.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, the person I immediately thought of when you said froze their milk is also a hardcore Republican. Also, hold on, dog.
Okay. There's a Republican at your door.
So for day job.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we should I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't even want to look ahead. I'm going to go to it fresh, choose by instinct. Once again, build myself in these games. I apologize to anyone who has any kind of accent because they're all going to be bad.
Yeah. All this.
Doesn't matter what I try.
Okay, yeah. Flavor of ice. One might think for the woo, drugs would be the thing. I might go that way. But I'm also kind of drawn to weird facts.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like all these descriptions are, you could interpret it in any way you choose. You know.
I'm actually gonna go with.
What's weird for an eldritch horror?
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, so the day jobs, do they? Is that just descriptive, or do they have any like actual effect?
After you pick your day job, like in Blades, you you get an extra action dot based on what you think that job would give you, but otherwise there's no direct.
Okay.
It's all heavily based on context. Also, probably as we go through this video, I'm going to say things directly to the camera to remind myself what I forgot to do on this character sheet. So right now, I'm going to say, Adam, you forgot hunting grounds. What does that mean? I don't know.
Who knows?
But I've remembered it on the way downstairs.
So for day job, influencer is like someone who
it's like like influencer marketing.
Yeah. Okay.
A PR guy, like a hype man.
Mm-hmm. Or a famous YouTuber.
Yeah. You have to be your own hype man for that.
I mean, Delon is a influencer for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Absolutely. That is what they do.
Mm-hmm. Let me check out real quick what else we got to do.
24/7, 364.
I take Christmas off.
No, I take Boxing Day off.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now we go back to the neighborhood and answer the questions that it has on the neighborhood. Okay, cool. Some of these don't make sense that I'm reading, but that's fine. That's why we're playtesting.
That's why we have playtests. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I guess first off we need to figure out what the neighborhood is called. Is it?
We could do that later.
Or we could. Okay.
If we wanted to, especially after establishing these traits.
Are we still? So we're on the neighborhood sheet again?
Yes, and I am on the show sheet because I'm dumb.
Well, I mean, should we be on the show? Maybe
you should be on the neighborhood sheet in Roll20, and then on the green tab.
Okay.
Okay.
We're on the neighborhood.
But
neighborhood.
Okay. So.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Neighborhood.
Yep.
So neighborhood traits. Are we gonna go down? That's not cool.
Yep. We're going to answer these 4 questions.
So would it help to let us know like what we've decided for our characters already to help decide what their paradise would be?
If you want to blurt that out, for sure.
Blurt it out. I'm good at blurting stuff out. Absolutely. My person is I just picked the first 4 things, or do I do the goals as well on the character sheet, or do I not do those yet?
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah,
don't do the goals at all. That's when
Okay.
we're actually like rolling dice.
Okay, so just the first little 4 names.
Yep. Just the stuff at the top. That's actually most of the stuff we're going to do for right now. I've tried to make character creation kind of short so that like it gets offloaded into our second episode or so.
So I'll just roll off the ones I picked. Diva.
Sure.
I picked Ghost City, where I'm from. I'm old money, and my vice is flavor.
Ooh.
There's a lot of shows I've watched that are like, this person is obsessed with this kind of food, or like Korean dramas, Japanese stuff, any food-based show.
So in those little details off to the right, you can detail those with like notes. You can almost use them like notes, basically.
Okay. All right. I don't have to do that right now, right?
Not if you want to. We can like kind of spiral.
Okay.
So that's totally fine. So you're like this old money person.
I live in a decrepit city, not like a crumbling city. Roll the money. My vice is flavor, and I'm a diva. So that's me. Brad, who are you?
Okay, so I'm a woo, and but I came from this rut of a town. It was terrible, but I'm living large now as an influencer on the afterlife version of the internet. It's a little bit different, but better. And I'm kind of going back and forth as to my vice. Right now I have it down as romance, but I could see going in different directions for that as well. Wait, no. What was I thinking? My vice is brainwashing, because I have to.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I have to convert everyone.
You already tried to start brainwashing me. We didn't even have a characters made.
Okay. Brad, you roll some dice, clear some stress. Oh wait, you don't have any stress yet. Oops.
Oh no, I overcleared stress.
Yeah.
I'm out of the game for a while.
I don't believe in stress. I try and take things easy one day at a time. Really the best way.
One focused internal moment, in sync with the universe at a time.
If you just stay in the now, you can avoid all stress.
I want to like close the door on you.
Okay, I'll stop for now. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of that ASMR voice.
There used to be these dividers like in the 60s and 70s, and they were like mini blinds. They kind of like were folding doors, and they were like between the living room and the kitchen. I don't know if it's they were like little like closed like little shutters. Sometimes people have them in closets now. And I just imagine, like, specifically the texture of, like, that fake bamboo, because that was big, that just, like, as you're talking, like, to somebody else holding a glass and, like, a turtleneck, just going, getting a drink. Just, I don't know. Maybe in a past life.
Perfect. I had those in my elementary school.
Yeah, yeah. Like, there's a very specific, like, not plastic, but, like, treated bamboo.
Vine, I've seen a lot in, like, this sort of vinyl material.
Yeah. Like, not good treated bamboo, like how bamboo is supposed to feel, but...
Exactly.
Yeah.
That material. This is good.
Whatever that was in that time.
Pseudo bamboo.
Yeah.
These are the exact sorts of conversations that this game is meant to provoke. This has been the case throughout the entire playtesting history. It's just meant to evoke, like, hey, I remember this one thing from a long, long time ago in my life.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. It happens every single time. I love it.
Okay,
That's what it's for. What are we doing again?
so we were picking the neighborhood traits, right?
Neighborhood traits.
right.
All right,
That was
neighborhood
mixed
traits.
up. Okay.
Okay, so what would paradise be for you and me?
Climate and geography wise.
Climate and geography wise.
I really think that it should be sort of it should be like this sort of generic niceness that finds a way to be annoying to both of our characters in different ways.
Partly cloudy. All the time.
Well, I'm from let's see. I'm from Ghost City. So
Yeah, what was the climate there like?
I kind of pictured it like the classic cyberpunk dystopia, like the richer you are, the higher you are above the smog kind of thing. But like it's been 1,000 years, so the smog has dissipated because buildings have stopped working. There was a movie called like The Tower or something with Hiddleston in it that was very much like that's like the richer people like built this building and then like there were poor people outside. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, and mine was utter suburbia.
Yeah. So maybe it's just a nice small city, like Minneapolis.
Well, the thing is, it's the suburb that is that you have to drive from to get to anywhere. It could be anywhere in the U.S. because it's utterly generic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
that's where you're from.
Yeah, where I'm from.
Yeah.
I'm think what pops into my mind in terms of climate is sort of like unicorns in the clouds and rainbows, except the unicorns occasionally fall out of the clouds and it's a real bummer.
I like that too.
Whimsical city. That's not climate. I gotta think of these words.
Sort of, this whimsical upbeat with spiced with tragedy.
Sesame Street. You live on Sesame Street.
Okay.
It's all
That was sort of disappointed sounding. I know you didn't mean it that way, but it was really funny because I didn't.
Yeah, I mean it's a place of whimsy, but it's touched by tragedy. We can make it more. I'm
gonna let you talk
fluffy.
about this while I put up a map of the world.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years since I've seen Sesame Street. Like,
whatever you imagine, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing about Sesame
yeah.
Street.
This is an old map. It's also not in the right aspect ratio because I have a grid on. Let's just.
I hate the grid.
Fuck the grid.
I hate the grid so much.
I mean, leave the grid up. Don't EMP us, please. But I mean, this grid.
Some grid, not all grids.
Hashtag not all grids. Some grids.
Oh, a lot of grids.
Hashtag some grids.
Enough grids, so enough. Okay. I'm just talking about this game, obviously.
Don't mind the incorrect logo from what this game used to be called.
Oh.
Okay,
well,
sure.
Right now there's still like the neighborhood and all that covering it up, so not minding it at all.
I see this map was a little different from what I know of the United States of the Earth.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. So I went ahead and filled in the whole whimsical Sesame Street unicorns and rainbows spiced with tragedy. But I imagine some of that could be broken into some of that should be part of the aesthetic, and possibly
All right.
what poisons the place.
Totally.
So climate and it's disappeared now, so I've forgotten what it was. It's probably just like regular weather, but fluffier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was imagining like some fluffy clouds in the sky. Like there's
Yeah.
never a storm, except
Like
when
you
things
look
get
up
really
and there's
wrong.
like it sometimes goes into an animated skit about counting. It's
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely that.
Okay.
So
So
It
the
just makes it
aesthetic could be the
magical
whimsical Sesame Street unicorn.
yeah.
because the sky is really
Spice was tragic.
weird.
This is a normal game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So fluffy clouds, and like I imagine like the fields are green, but you can never actually see individual blades of grass. It's just green.
Yes.
It's fake turf.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it has a set feel to it.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
when it rains, it doesn't actually rain. Things just get damp, and then like the thunder noise from that big metal board happens.
Exactly. That fits perfectly in line with this game.
But it's still real. Like this is still weather.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to carry umbrellas or you'll get damp. Like it's yeah. You still have to follow the rules of existence.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. There's
quietly poisons
consequences,
this place?
but it
Yeah.
seems surreal.
Sometimes unicorns fall out of the sky, apparently. Is there anything else weird that happens?
I think it's
Do the rainbows not bend right? And the rainbows they have an end, and that's frightening.
no, they have an end. That's where certain creatures live.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that would tie into like artist strike or like the scenery not working right or functional. See that makes it too much like a simulation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just that. Yes, it's this happy fluffy place, but right under the surface, there's always this.
No one talks about.
Yeah, I mean it's hell masquerading as heaven. So or a hellscape masquerading as
So
as a
what
paradise.
poisoned this place? Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hell, falling unicorns.
Yeah.
Uh,
Props.
Yeah, I like that too.
evil props or just props?
Just props.
Okay.
Like sometimes just things not working right.
Okay.
And what's magical? Fucking everything. Just everything. Yeah.
I like that.
That'll do for now. Let me hover over this getting started thing again. Game, I don't like that you're telling me to establish creative direction because I don't know what that does yet.
I told you to talk to
Screaming.
the creator.
I am right now. Hi. Shout out to me. That actually works in this context. Okay. Let's maybe go back to your characters. Let's run you through some character creation.
Okay.
be very careful to go back to your own sheets and not stay on the neighborhood sheet.
Yes.
Sometimes that happens.
That's why I named it your cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at a different spot on my screen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so.
What do we have for details on the hometown, day job, and purveyor for each of you so far?
Nothing.
Perfect.
Absolutely nothing. Hooray.
Okay. So in the hometown details, I want you both to tell me about the weirdness in your own particular hometown and childhood. Like,
Weirdness?
what was
No,
weird?
it was utterly banal. Maybe so banal that it's weird, but utterly banal.
Yeah.
Everyone mowed their lawn at 3:30 in the afternoon at the same time.
That's weird. Super uncanny.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be. Oh, but that's not my hometown. My hometown is.
I'm specifically
Oh,
saying
and then-
generic suburbia so boring it's weird.
You grow up in this family where they would push you to mow your lawn at 3 p.m. like everyone else. And then you'd be like, no, I want to stay inside and watch cartoons. It's Saturday. And then they're like, no,
3
you
p.m.
must go outside at 3 p.m. every single day to mow our lawn.
There was a cartoon
HA
shot, and like nothing actually played
Mhm.
because you were outside mowing your lawn
Mhm.
and tossing the old pigskin around and playing hockey in the street.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One day it was wintertime, and you went to the HOA clubhouse, and you met the people who run the HOA, and they are just very strange people. Their eyes didn't look right.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah. They had a terraformer note
Wait a second.
recently borrowed.
It's fine. I'm sure they're just normal people trying to do the best for their families.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever. I don't know why we're still talking about this.
They had fake snow for you to play around in, and they told you to go back outside and play in the fake snow.
They had to go reset the snow. It was fun.
Yeah.
And that fake snow, it wasn't carcinogenic at all.
No.
No, of course not.
No,
Why would you ask?
definitely not asbestos tile repurposed.
Yeah.
Ugh. It was like shredded up newspapers sometimes, and you're like, wait, this is like putting it together.
Mm-hmm. But there's like some other ingredient like glycerin that you have to add into the mix to like get it to like behave like snow, and it behaves like a lot like snow. Like
yeah. And sometimes it melts or gets damp.
Perfect. That was your top.
Yeah. So for the Ghost City, all I have so far, because I've been thinking about this like terrifying Truman Show-esque on a lower budget, is the creeping smog took the poor. I don't know what that means.
That's perfect. Then put it down.
Yeah, I did. It's there.
Excellent.
Yeah, you could mention Elysium, the whole, you know, the rich up above, not necessarily in orbit, but like, you know,
the
physically
Jetson style,
separated
when the
and-
smog began to rise, they raised their buildings.
So this is a specific thing about this game. Whenever you have a question that's like out there in the unknown, that's like a mechanical thing called a recap question. It's on the show sheet. And I'm clicking on that and adding a recap question that says, what does the smog took the poor mean?
The creeping smog.
Creeping.
Because it's not just there, it moves around. Because sentience in a form that we don't recognize as human-shaped is more terrifying to folks than just like, oh, it's a person or it's a creature with 4 arms, but basically humanoid.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm also going to put down who runs
Bartertown?
Bartertown. I was going to say who runs the HOA.
Yeah.
Brad's what's your character's name? I have a name list.
I mean, right now it's Wacky Gog. I may come up with something better or vary it some, but I like that generated name a fair amount, so I might not change it.
I will change the recap question then as you change your name in Wacky Gog's hometown. Cool. And those questions will just sit there. If we answer them, then you get bonuses to things. But that's cool.
Yeah, I'm having trouble coming up with details for my day job. What sort of things I'm pushing?
Yeah. Well, do you stay at home or do you go out?
I think I think I talk about going out a lot. Like I say that you should take take some time to be with nature every day, but I don't.
Do you vlog?
Absolutely.
Is that why you're an influencer? Because you have a very successful vlog?
Yes. It has probably has like a strange following. Oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah, asking these questions opens up these ideas that you're like, oh yeah, this is obviously what it is. Do I just need one creepy thing about my hometown?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could put more if you wanted to.
Okay.
But one bare minimum. And then when you get there, the purveyor for your vice is just whoever you get your fix from. If your vice is drugs or whoever's brainwashing you or whatever. Marvelous. Let me know when you all are ready to go on to the next thing, and I'll figure out what that next thing is.
It should be like okay. So I think that following is made like in roughly equal proportions of like alt-right mockers, like Wacky's vlog. The alt-right just loves to watch in order to just loves to hate watch. It's just there's something about it that particularly tweaks them, so it's more fun to mock this than other oopy things. And then there's like
maybe you were on like a conservative like program once, and then like everybody just hopped on it, and just like you got this like horrible like troll following swarm because you're the thing that was on that show that a bunch of people watched.
Reddit found you.
Yeah. Exactly. And some people went on and
4chan.
Went, yeah.
We're just calling out everyone on the show.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, and it doesn't.
Oh, okay,
help that
okay. No, it's just
roll-
okay. I was gonna try and come up with a third thing, but it's the alt writers, and then the other part is
But
Infinite
they're
Chan, which
alt-writers?
is
WRIT, like they're alternate universe fan fiction writers.
with extremely conservative ideals.
They're
Yeah.
still extremely
Oh
conservative.
yes,
Like,
of course.
All of them
they make
read
things
the same.
less inclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not great. Um,
They're officially
it's
not.
still bad.
Yeah, they're officially not right at RITE nationalists, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Uh-huh. Be right back. I gotta let my dog
Okay.
into my.
To your house.
And then I'm assuming that the purveyor is the person that purveys your vice. But I'm the purveyor of my vice.
Your vice is brainwashing.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there are people that you brainwash. Like maybe there's a group of a subset of your followers, or like some place in the neighborhood, or like neighbors themselves, or something that you brainwash at. Maybe there's like a YMCA where you run an AA meeting or something like that, or like you teach a kid's soccer team how to, or like you run the squirrels, no, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. I recently watched part of an Emperor's New Groove cartoon, so I was thinking of the Squirrel Chucks, or like the Boy Scouts.
I have no idea.
The Squeak Squeak'em Squeak'ems with Kronk and no, all right.
Sorry.
Watch more Disney, man.
Yeah.
Immerse yourself in the media. You have time, right?
Yeah. I'll just. No, I think I spend my free watching time is pretty absorbed with just YouTube political stuff.
That's
for good or ill,
Yeah.
I'm just now catching up on Westworld. I've been enjoying that.
Okay.
It's dark. Sure.
Yeah, I have not watched it. I try
I
not
will
to
not
watch
spoil.
shows that have such things in them.
Okay,
So.
yeah, and the first episode was really tweaky and
yeah, like one of those filter episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Adam, purveyor
Yep.
is the person who purveys your vice.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing particular about that. It's just the same way as Blades does it.
Okay.
So if I name it after a real person, should I just change the first letter of the name so it's not
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Is it okay if my purveyor is sort of linked with the
Or if you want a name, I do have a name list.
Okay.
So I forgot the name. What's the second thing again? What's it called? Of the describing the background stuff, there's the details on the neighborhood. Details on the day job. So is it okay if my purveyor is linked to the day job, and that I think it's the purveyor is there are some entities amongst the Infinite Chan horrors that make up half my audience that just kind of egg me on, and that's okay.
What? The internet egging you on to do stuff?
Yes.
That's right, internet. I said something mildly unapproving of you. Take that.
Same.
My purveyor is Infinite Chan cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, I don't want that either.
All of this is bad.
You don't want
Having
that?
flashbacks to an eagle wearing boxing gloves. All right. Yeah.
Egg. Okay. Oh. You two take the stuff we know about your hometown and the stuff we know about your day job.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourselves, open up the action tracker and give yourselves an extra dot in these actions.
In actions that would
match
relate?
Like one dot for each one, or?
Yeah, 1 dot for each.
Okay.
1 dot for your day job and 1 dot for your hometown. And you can see what each one does by hovering over them.
Okay. Which one? Which one?
Okay. And it seems like 2 have the first dot filled in already. Creep and tempt. Okay.
Those are from your trope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Boosh.
Yep.
Okay. Bourgeoisie.
Yep.
And Snap.
Mm-hmm.
Bark.
I can't figure out what that dog wants. He just went downstairs and he didn't want to go outside. He just wanted to go into the downstairs bathroom, which he can't go in the downstairs bathroom.
Maybe there's a mouse in there.
There's nothing for him in that bathroom.
The mouse.
No. Okay.
Okay, so
sorry,
I think definitely a dot and fake.
Okay.
Talking a nerve, blow up on people, fight messily. I think having a dot and snap would just be amusing.
Yes.
Oh, another thing. The first circle in front of these things are black until I scroll over them.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make sure that one.
They're basically like 0 ones.
Okay.
So like when you don't see them, like you don't have any dice in that particular one.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And if you accidentally give yourself too many, it's helpful to have that there so that you can click on it to set yourself back to 0.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I think I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense.
I'm not going to do anything with this particular part. I'm just going to point it out. If you scroll down to special abilities, these are your current options for special abilities. One of them you have already. And you see how at the end of Trope XP you have that red square?
Uh-huh.
That indicates that you have another advance that you can spend.
Ah.
You don't have to pick another special ability right now. You just get that advance to start off with.
Red square at the end of Trope XP? What do you mean? I see add and modify. Those the ones you're talking about?
No. Go up higher. You might need to scroll down.
Go up higher or scroll down.
Yeah, exactly.
Under fraud, when you convince someone that you are a fraud, you refresh your specialty.
You said under special abilities, and there's a red box at the end of Trope XP.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the thing you said.
Yeah.
The red boxes I have are add, modify, which are under the advanced list, and then downtime over here under harm and cash.
Mm-hmm.
See, no other boxes.
Let me see.
Unless I'm just not. Right tab.
So you see where it says special abilities exclamation point?
Mhm.
And how under that it says trope XP?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the right.
Mm-hmm.
You see that square at the end? Like if I...
Oh, right, yeah. No, I thought you said red square. I was looking for a red square.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like you're...
I was looking for the color red.
Yeah.
It's filled in with red.
Not for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Weird.
so that's why I was confused. I was like, I see a square. Okay. So.
What browser are you using just for...
Firefox.
Interesting. Okay.
And also when another thing I found is when I scroll over the break drive rush, boost fake hack, all those have their individual descriptions, but if I go to creep snap tempt, all three of them pop up at the same time.
Same for me.
Oh yeah, that does
Okay.
the same for me too. That's probably just my problem.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
It also ends in U. Okay.
Oh yeah, it does end in U. That's super freaking weird.
Yeah.
I will have to fix that.
Okay. Adam, in the future.
Thank you.
Remember this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'll wind up picking scary intuition or fraud for the. I guess it depends how things play out because you said we can do it later and.
Yep.
I think it makes sense to play some and find out.
Exactly.
Okay, what's next?
So.
We're doing character stuff. It's super good.
So now I'm going to ask you both a question. Do your characters trust each other or distrust each other? And why?
Let me see.
Adam, make a notebook.
Do I trust you? So how did we got to this new place from our old place where we like do we think we got there on our own in a legitimate way? Or were we like captured and taken here? Do we have memories of I'm gonna move to a nicer city and then going here and being here?
Or did we wake up in front of a sign saying everything is okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
The game doesn't have an answer for that, so,
okay.
So I have nothing to say here.
Well, yeah, I guess we need to decide that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like us moving in. Like there are other people that live here too, and people like move in and out. But yeah.
Did you get here like by a vehicle, or is it not quite that?
I think it's hard for me to remember. I just remember like moving in. like walking down the street with a box of stuff, and then
Mhm.
like a moving van coming up and like meeting people in my neighborhood. Maybe there's a song, and then I now live in my apartment,
Mm-hmm. I like
my
that.
townhouse. Yeah, like I just don't think about it. It's like in real life. It's like I don't think about what I was doing right before I decided to move, or during the move. That's stressful. You don't want to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you? Why not just not think about it?
Exactly.
But for Brad, it could be something completely different.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. See,
That's just like it could be.
yeah. I mean, okay. Would you be okay with, for me it being actually the waking up in front of the the sign saying everything is okay and it being like sort of handled into this thing where it's like explicit. Oh, this explicit to me that this is the afterlife where it's for you. That it's, no, you just moved. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm Sesame Street. You're the good place. We'll pay for it.
So I just asked another recap question. What's wrong with the buses that take people here?
So
Nothing.
Yeah, they work perfectly.
They're perfectly fine. Why? I don't know why you would. Why would you think there was something wrong with buses? Sometimes the buses do break down, and it's really inconvenient. But then we work together and we figure it out.
Now
Or
I want to
sometimes
ask another question.
There's like
What
a
does
bus off to the
inconvenience
side
look like?
in the mechanics. I'm sorry. What does what look like?
I want to know what inconvenience looks like when your bus breaks down.
I think it's very much, for my opinion is, I was gonna go grocery shopping, but the bus broke down. Why don't you go to these local shops instead of going into the city? And I'm like, that's a good idea. I should explore my local neighborhood.
I should
Like-
go back home and see my family.
And they're like, remember how bad they were and how corrupt the building systems were? I'm like, you're right. They were a bunch of meanies.
Oh, so to answer the question of whether or not we trust each other, I think that
I do.
like there's like wacky disapproves of your char on many different levels, but believes like just about everybody down deep, you're a good person.
I forgot my name is Neve. Nave? Neve?
Neve.
Cool.
Okay.
Not naive.
Bandit approves.
Oh, and sorry,
So many dogs.
dog on my side. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Double dogs.
but,
I had a plane going by, so I was like,
okay.
Old plain
But
dog.
that is the dog going crazy because my SO just got home. So
Yay!
hey.
yeah. So it's a good thing.
Bark, bark, bark.
Also,
But,
I always think senior officer. I was just,
Oh.
I can't. It always takes that split second to change back over. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's fun.
So good. Okay.
Excellent. Oh man, I love this hellscape we're creating for ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of hellscapes, let's flip games. Let's play a completely different game right now since
Okay.
I don't see anybody in chat. We might have to play this game when other people are talking. So you know that link to the chat game?
Mm-hmm.
Open that up. We're gonna play character creation in that for just a second.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Let me
In Discord?
back.
Look, looking, scrolling up.
Mortally Bankrupt, the chat game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a game for chat built into chat, like with code and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day. That's a cross-platform thing, and that sounds scary.
Yeah.
Maybe easier with Twitch extensions, but I don't know how Twitch extensions work either.
Also, Brad, you're an anonymous raccoon.
I'm an anonymous raccoon?
Yeah.
Yes.
In what context?
Oh, if you go into the Google document and scroll up, one says Adam and one says anonymous animal.
Oh.
On my screen, you're a raccoon.
Oh.
On my screen too. You
I see.
A Dazer, you are an anonymous dolphin,
Yes.
which I think is beautiful and lovely. I mean, not that anonymous.
It's a dolphin in a twisty mustache. It's my disguise solution for everything. Just put a twisty mustache on it.
Exactly.
I'd be a terrible spy. Or would I?
Perfect.
Okay.
So when we're playing this game in the Google Doc, we are playing as the Eldritch Horrors that watch our TV show and corrupt our reality.
Okay.
I'm going to skip over a bunch of stuff because some of this I've talked about already.
Okay.
Go down to where it says domains on the top right page. So page, tell me what page this is. What page is this?
5 of 16.
5, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I had the Skype window in front of me scrolling. That's why I can't see that.
Yeah.
Let me check something real quick. To start playing, pick your domain. 3 terrible. Okay, great. So pick what domain you want your Eldritch Horror to be a part of. There are 4 of them.
So the Perilous Heavens is sort of like celestial beings that are out to wreck your whole civilization.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So.
I will wait for you to pick because I want to pick the choice that you're not picking.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just because I own
Okay.
preference.
Okay.
I like the monoliths.
Cool. I mean, I have to be the void because
Oh,
brand.
well, I okay.
Brad, were you gonna go
That's-
void?
Okay. I hadn't decided.
Okay.
You can be the void too if you want.
Okay.
It's a non-exclusive void contract. Wait, the wording there is complicated, but trust me.
Cool. So I am from the void and / control the void. My terrible qualities are that I always like radiant on this list. I'm going to be radiant, hypnotizing, and then I want to pick my 3rd quality from another domains list.
So we should write this down somewhere.
In chat.
In Roll20 chat.
In Twitch chat.
Well, I can't run Twitch on my computer while I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's
So that makes things slightly inconvenient. So it won't be a sec. I'm going to mute myself.
okay.
Okay. Well,
Did we want to take a real
given that technological issue, is it okay to just do it in Roll20 chat? Is it okay with you, Adam?
Not quite.
Okay.
Because of
Yeah,
how
I just had to bring it up on the iPad. Could one of you say something in the Twitch chat to see if it comes through. Because sometimes it doesn't. That's another problem. There, we got it. We're good.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect.
For like a
And
month.
yes,
it
I had to be a
doesn't-
smartass about it.
Well, that's not a smartass. That's exactly what I asked you to do.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, did we want to do this? Do we want to take a little bit of a long break and take care of this, and I can take care of my dog and maybe get something to eat, and then we can come back and finish up character creation.
Come back at 2 / whatever time. Next hour for you.
15 minutes from now, roughly.
Sure.
Brad?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you have enough cut time music for 15 minutes?
Well, I mean, I usually don't play music during breaks. I used to, and a bunch of times I forgot to turn it off when we came back on.
Right,
So I
yeah.
stopped.
That would make things harder to do.
I mean, I guess I could play it in a way that I couldn't help but notice it's still going, but
Yeah.
as it is, I just don't. So yes, we will be back in about 15. So please, stick around with us in the background or whatnot.
Or click on the next video.
Exactly.
That's what I'll do.
Corrupt minds think alike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. What?